So today we're going to talk about the order of operation a little bit for the heating section of this Lennox unit. I'd honestly say Lennox is one of my favoritely made units. They're easily accessible, easy to make repairs. We'll talk a little bit about the order of operation today. So I'm going to turn this guy on. When we turn them on here, we have to close the vent as our ventilation's in a negative pressure, and actually we'll close the pressure switch before the combustion motor turns on. We'll get an alarm. So once it starts up, then I usually open it. You'll notice here now the combustion motor has started up, and this is our first step. Once the thermostat closes for heating, combustion motor spins up. It will then close the pressure switch. It will induce a draft, closing the pressure switch. Then voltage will flow through the rollout switch, high limit, and we have another high limit. If it says all the safeties are good, it's going to go into its heating cycle. And you just heard, once it says the safeties are good, right here is where the burners are. But over here, if you follow the gas line, comes around the corner here, and the gas valve is just right here. So the gas valve is going to open. Then we have an igniter cable here. It goes to igniter. The gas will come down the manifold, go through the venturi tubes and mix with primary and secondary air, and then it will be lit by the igniter, and the burners will light across, and the last burner here is where the flame sensor is located, and then it will detect flame through flame rectification. And then we will have our heat exchanger start to warm up, and then after about 30 seconds or so, the blower will kick on. This is an ECM blower on this unit, and now here we'll just cycle through that process again. Just going to turn the unit off. I have to close this vent, fire it back up. You'll see on the Prodigy it's restarting, and then it'll switch to heating mode here in a second. It's in heating mode. Just heard the combustion motor turn on. Gotta make sure I now open my vent. That's when that pressure switch will close, and then it's going to send 24 volts through all the heating safety chain. Make sure all those safeties are good. Then it's going to energize that gas valve, and this is where the ignition board is. The ignition board is going to send high voltage through the ignition cable, and we'll watch these burners. They're going to light here and flow across. So that's the kind of base cycle for this Lennox unit. It's pretty simple. Like I said, I really like these. That flame sensor, the igniter, they're all easily accessible. The only thing that's kind of a tough spot on this one is the gas valve. But when I have to replace the gas valve, I just take this whole panel out, which can be kind of annoying depending where people mount the disconnect, as this one would be a little bit more frustrating, but very simple design. I really like Lennox unit.